Hey guys, it's January 9th, 2020. I know you can't really see me, alright? It's early, I'm on my way to work. Well, I'm gonna hit the gym up before the workup, you know. I'm gonna work out before I work up, if you know what I mean, alright? But I wanted to talk a little bit more about the situation with Iran and the U.S. because a lot of people are like, okay, well, damn, you know, is this it? World War III started on January 7th and it was over on January 8th. What's going on here? Well, first and foremost, okay, everyone was pushing this World War III meme war that was going on, but it would have started out as a regional conflict and we would have had to see where it went from there, right? Trump gave that speech yesterday. A lot of people were looking at Trump and they were like, he seemed off. He didn't seem like himself, you know? And some people took that and they interpreted it as, oh, Trump's, you know, he knows that this is not over. He knows he's going to have to make a hard decision in the future. And, you know, I understand what these people are saying. That makes sense to me, right? So basically, Trump did not open the door for diplomacy. What he said was harsher sanctions were to be placed on Iran, okay? I've not seen what those sanctions are yet, but he stated that they will immediately place harsher sanctions on Iran. They told Iran to curb their behavior and join the civilized world, okay? So these are more threats. We have the greatest military in the world. We don't want to use it, but we will if we have to. So once again, more threats to Iran. So this was not a speech that was like, hey, Iran, buddy, I know we've had a little tit for tat here. Let's get rid of that. Let's go to the negotiating table. Let's come up with a new deal. This was not that type of speech, and that's some Democrats, they wanted to hear that, right? So that's not what happened. There was more threats. So why anyone would believe that things are going to change in the Middle East is beyond me. All right? Because they just aren't. The only thing that has changed is we have seen more attacks from Iran, more attacks from Iranian proxies, more action now from the United States and the Trump administration, okay? And we continue to see military movement. That's another big kicker here, is you would think that if de-escalation was in order, we would stop seeing so many C-17s flying from the U.S. and Europe to the Middle East, but we are not seeing that. It's a constant flow, people, all right? Bombers, just a couple days before Iran's retaliation, B-52 bombers were sent to Diego Garcia, okay? Now, this isn't the first time that they've been sent to Diego Garcia. They run bombing runs through Afghanistan in the past through Diego Garcia, but it is a significant move, okay? So to believe that this is over, in my mind, would not make sense, okay? What we currently see right now is military posturing. We see a Trump administration that is taking a hard line against Iran, and Iran, who don't seem like they want to give up. You know, we could try to strangle the Iranian regime economically as much as we want, but that's not going to change the regime, okay? And the Trump administration and U.S. officials state that they do not want to change the Iranian regime, but we all know that that's false, okay? Whether you're Republican or Democrat, over the past 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, that's what the United States has all been about. You change dictators, you change regimes, and you install puppet governments that are friendly to the United States of America. And whether or not people want to believe that, you know, and I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, okay? Because I'm not really here to put my opinion out. I'm just stating that if the U.S. was not doing that, Russia's doing it. All right, if the U.S. is not doing that, China's doing that. So, you know, just take that with the grain of salt. My opinion, grain of salt, right? But that's where we currently sit. with the Iranian-U.S. situation, okay? We're still waiting to see if Iranian proxies are going to do anything. There were rumors out there that we had intelligence that Iran had told its proxies to step down, which would make sense in my opinion. You know, Iran might say, you know, because the Ayatollah said that the response that they gave was just a slap in the face. That's all it was. Okay, and we've heard from senior IRGC forces and officials that the coming response was going to be harsher, whatever that meant. It makes it sound like there is going to be a bigger response in the future. We just don't know when that's going to be. Basically, Iran saved face with this missile attack. Okay, Trump saw this missile attack, said, hey, really didn't do anything, so I'm not going to escalate this further. It's going to help my base because I took out Qasem Soleimani. And also, hey, some independents, maybe some Democrats will be impressed that I didn't press the big red button and start another endless war, you know? But that doesn't mean that war with Iran is completely avoided, okay? We are seeing a situation that most likely in a couple months, Iran's going to try something else. We're going to see these rocket attacks like we did yesterday against the Green Zone in Iraq, okay? It's just what's going to happen. My guess, my best prediction is give it a few months. Within the next 2 to 3 months, we'll see Iran do something else. And we'll be back in the shitstorm, okay? That's just my opinion, what I've seen over the past couple of years when it comes to that region, okay? If you guys have any other thoughts, let me know. We'll talk about, we'll discuss it. Grab a beer, say a few prayers, and as always, keep your eyes to the skies. God bless.